Well, thank you, Nick, for another opportunity to talk to you about assistant referee duties. If you could introduce yourself really briefly, that would be good.
Thank you for having me again, Yuya. My name is Nick Balser. I'm from Jackson, Michigan, and I am a national assistant referee.
Thank you, Nick. The first question for you is, you are an assistant referee, and you're working with a referee that you had never worked with before. How do you do a good job as an assistant referee in that situation?
I think the most important thing is that you rely on your skills that have gotten you to where you are as an assistant referee. It's important to also understand that it's going to take a little time to get used to working with every single referee that you work with, and every single referee calls their game differently. So for us assistant referees, it's extremely important to be able to adapt the way that we call to fit what the referee is calling in our game. And that includes moments when we should assist and help them in the game, and when to share information. And being able to recognize that is a sign of a very good assistant referee, and it helps the crew as a whole, based off of teamwork, communication. Every piece of that is critical. And so being able to adopt and adjust to how the game is flowing, not just based off of what the players are doing, but what your referee is doing is a very key component, especially when you're working with somebody that you haven't in the past.
Now, what about the other way around? If you are in the middle, and then you have ARs that you have never worked with before, then how do you get them feel empowered while you are confident that the game is going well?
I actually think the best way to do that is before the game, when you're talking through your pregame, give them examples of how they can help you. It's very important, like you said, you use the word empower. I think empowering an assistant referee goes a very long way to the success of the entire crew. And so talking them through just a very simple example or two during your pregame of, this is what you can do to help us be successful, this is what you can do to help me, will go a very long way to giving them the confidence that they need, and also giving that example triggers in their mind during the game of, this is the moment that my referee is talking about when I can really help the crew and he or her, whoever is in the middle, in those moments.
So I believe that when you ref these days, you have 90 minutes, 120 minutes before the game. When you get to the field, you have a lot of time to do a pregame. You may be working with a lot of same referees for ARs. But when you remember, those days when you were at a soccer field with 15 fields and you have only 5 minutes in between your games, what would be your advice in that situation? What do you focus on in your short pregame?
Yeah, I think one of the most important things when you are very limited on time is, as a referee crew, don't talk about the basic mechanics, because most referees should know that already, and it is expected of them to be able to do the basic mechanics. And we should all understand what those are when we're on the field with our soft communication. In that short time period, what you should be talking about is things that are more particular to you as a referee or an assistant referee. Situations that call for, how do I communicate this? Or what should I do in this situation? So as a referee, talk about the things that are game critical, that are going to help you get through the tough situations, because the easy situations of whose throw-in is this, that type of thing, should solve themselves out pretty quickly, especially if you're doing standard signals, mechanics, those types of things. And if you're an assistant referee and you want to make sure you're on the same page, it never hurts to ask questions. When your referee goes through something quickly, wants to give you at least some things that they would like to have to be successful for the game, it's also important that as an assistant referee, you ask something if you're not sure. Because if you don't ask, then you're not going to know the answer, and then you're not going to know how to respond to that situation or whatever it might be during the flow of the game. And so if you ask the question, then you know how to deal with the situation. And I've found it throughout my career that a lot of assistant referees will ask questions based off of a situation that they previously had that they got wrong, because they don't want to get it wrong again. And they're learning from those. And I think that's important because it gives you an idea of this is how I can better respond to those situations and help make the crew successful this time.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you so much for your vital information. I appreciate it. So good luck for the rest of your season, and thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Yuya. Thank you.